Hare Krishna. And this is not just some light poetry, but it is written by a great saintly person in our lineage. So I thought we would also discuss a bit about Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, whose meditation on the lotus feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has produced this document. So you will see on the front of what you've got there a picture of Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur and his samadhi in Vrindavan. Because these are real personalities. This is a real history. It's only 450 years ago. When we were kids, we had a little ditty we sang, 1492. Columbus sailed the ocean blue. So, anyone here doubt that Columbus existed? Anyone doubt that? Queen Isabella, King Fernando, or whatever his name was, Ferdinand of Spain. Do we have any doubters of that? So many things. Akbar, you can go to his city, you can go to his Fatehpur Sikri or the Red Fort. So these are real personalities. And Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur was only 450 years ago. Not even that, just around, and we'll read a little bit about that. And he's accepted by great acharyas, Baladev Vidyabhushana, an unbelievable Sanskrit scholar and writer and author. What to speak of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur, what to speak of Srila Prabhupada. So great scholars, thinkers, real people accepted this. So it's not that we're just sentimentalists or we're locked in our little cultural box or somehow or other, it's a self-affirming because we want to believe it, therefore no. It's deep, it's real, and we have the great good fortune to participate in this arc of history. So I thought just to set the mood, we could sing this Aruna Kirtana by Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur, Udila Aruna. And if you turn to whatever page it is, you'll have it there. In fact, all of you have it except me. So I'm going to take somebody's back. Do you have just one copy? Can I steal your copy just for the moment? And let's give Ram the mic. Oh. Yeah. And we'll do this. We'll do this Bengali. Yep. We'll do the Bengali, and then I'll read the English translation. Okay, Ram. Take us away. Not yet. Udilayoruna purabhage Dijamani gaurayamani jage Bhakta samahalaya sathe kalanagar braje Tatoy tatoy baje lakha kana khana baje jhajera ro tatoy tatoy বাজিল ঝ প্রেমে ডালা ডালা সোনারায়ঙ্গ চরণে ন পুরবাজে প্রেমে ডালা ঢালা সোনারায়ঙ্গ মুকুন্দ মাধব যাদব হরি বলে না বল রে বদন ভরে নিচে নিদ্রা বসে গেল রে রাত্রি দিবস শরীর সাজে এমন দুর্লভ মানব দেহ পাইয়া কি কর ভাবনা কেহ এমন দুর্লভ মানব দেহ পাইয়া কি ভাবনা কে ইবি না ভজিলে যশোদা সুত চরমে পরিবেলা যে ইবি না ভজিলে যশোদা সুত চরমে পরিবেল উদিত তাপনা হইলবে অস্ত দিন গেল বলে হইবে ব্যস্ত উদিত তাপনা হইলে তবে কেন এবে অলসহ না বাজে দয়রাজে কেন এবে অলসহ না বাজায় দয়রা জীবন নিত্য জন হাসার কাহে নানা বেদ বিপদ ভা জীবন নিত্য জন হাসার হে নানা বেদ নমস্রায়া করে যতনে তুমি থাকাপন কাজে নমস্রায়া করে জীবের কল্যাণ সাধন কাম জগতে আসে মধুর নাম জীবের কল্যাণ সাধন কাম অবিদ্যতি মেরা তপন রূপে হৃদ গান বিরাজে কৃষ্ণ নাম সুধা করে প্রাণ চূড়ার ভাকতে বিনোদ পায় নাম বিনা কিছু নাই কর 14 ভুবন মাঝে Udilayo Runa Purabo Bhage Dijamani Gorayamani Jage Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. So the translation is as follows. Thanks, your When a tinge of red in the eastern horizon heralded the sunrise, the jewel of the twice-born Lord Garsunda immediately awakened. Taking its devotees with him, he went all over the countryside, visiting the towns and villages of Nadia. The madanga resounded, tattai, tattai. The cymbals chimed in time. And Lord Gauranga's footbells jingled as his golden form trembled slightly in ecstatic love of God. Lord Chaitanya called out to the town folk, "You spend your nights uselessly sleeping and your days decorating your bodies. Now just fill your mouths with the vibration of the holy names, Mukunda, Madhava, Yadava, and Hari, chanting without offense. You've achieved the rare human body. Don't you care for this gift? If you do not serve the darling of Yasoda now, great sorrow awaits you at death. Each time the sun rises and sets, a day passes and is lost. Then why do you remain idle and refuse to serve the Lord of the heart? Understand this essential fact. Life is temporary and full of all kinds of miseries. So take shelter of the holy name as your only business. Desiring to bless all souls, the sweet name of Krishna has descended to the material world and now shines like the sun in the sky of the heart, destroying the darkness of ignorance. Drink the pure nectar of the holy name of Krishna and thus satisfy the soul of Thakur Bhakti Vinod. There's nothing but the holy name within all the 14 worlds. Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Ki Jai. So just read, this is reading from the 64 Samadhis book by Mahanidhi Swami. Anyway, don't worry about it. That's all right. We'll balance it. So, appearing in 1638, which is not that long ago on one hand, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur came in the disciplic session from Srila Narottam Das Thakur. Narottam Das Thakur was a great prince, the son of a great king who gave up everything and became a devotee. Although married, Vishwanath was indifferent and soon renounced family life. He came to Vrindavan Dham and did Krishna bhajan at Radhakund. He was known as the crushed jewel of the Vaishnavas because of his pure devotion, scholarship, and realized perception of Radha Gokulananda's intimate conjugal pastimes. Gaudiya authorities say that Rupa Goswami was the Vagdevamvatara, the incarnation of the god of speech. And Gaudiya Acharyas, especially among his direct disciples, believe that Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur is an incarnation of Rupa Goswami. Amongst all Gaudiya Vaishnava Acharyas, only Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur comes close to matching Srila Rupa Goswami's profound realizations of the absolute truth. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, his name itself implies his position. Vishwanatha means, quote, he who reveals the jewel of devotion to Vishwanath, Lord Krishna, the Lord of the universe. Chakravarti means he who expands the chakra circle of bhakti. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, no other greater person, said, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur was the protector, guardian, and acharya during the middle period, 16 to 1700s, of the historical development of Gaudiya Vaishnavism. Here's just one quick pastime. In a dream, Lord Sri Krishna ordered Vishwanath to make commentaries on the Goswami's books. Immediately he started writing prolifically. Clouds would shield him from the sun whenever he sat to write. Once, a torrential downpour flooded the area where Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur was writing his Bhagavad commentaries. Miraculously, not a single drop touched Vishwanath or his Bhagavad manuscript. While compiling Mantarata Deepika, explanation of the Kama Gayatri, Vishwanath became perplexed. According to his exhaustive research, which indicated 25 syllables, he could not substantiate why, in the mantra, Krishnadas wrote in the Chaitanya Charitamrita that Kama Gayatri contains 24 and a half syllables, and that these syllables correspond with the 24 and a half moons present in Krishna's transcendental body. Actually, he was so frustrated how to remedy this thing, because he was being criticized. Krishnadas Kaviraj and Chaitanya Charitamrita, there's a mistake. There's actually 25 syllables in Gayatri, and you're saying 24. But then again, you're comparing it to the moons, and there are 24 moons, so it must be a poetical error, a scholarly error. Therefore, we can reject Chaitanya Charitamrita. So he was trying to defend it, and he could not figure it out. 24 and a half, 25 syllables, what to do? In a dream, Srimati Radharani instructed Vishwanath, "O Vishwanath, please don't lament anymore. What Krishnadas Kaviraj wrote is true. He is also my confidential maidservant, and he knows everything about my most secret, innermost moods. This Kama Gayatri is the mantra for worshipping me. Indeed, I can be known by the syllables of this mantra. Without my mercy, however, no one can learn anything about the mysteries of this mantra." And then it goes on to explain how there's actually 24. Instantly awaking from the dream, Vishwanath cried out in ecstasy, "Hey Radhe, hey Radhe, hey Radhe." Having Radharani's darshan infused Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur's writing with divine Shakti. He felt that he'd been accepted as one of Srimati Radharani's confidential maidservants. His writings reflect that realization. And one last thing. In Krishna Leela, he served Srimati Radharani as Vinod Manjari. So there it is. And his samadhi is in the Radha Gokulananda temple courtyard. So that's the groundwork, framework. We are not just sentimentalists. Hey, here, Dravida Prabhu. Don't make him get up. He's getting it for you. So, this is by Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur from the Sri Rupa Chintamani and the Ananda Chandrika. So, and I think you have in your packet, you should have a picture, see if it's there, of the 36 marks on the lotus feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. it's described that one of the weapons Krishna always. You were saying when you were giving class the other day, you were saying that we find that when Krishna was killing demons in Vrindavan, there were no weapons. He was spinning them around by his head, and throwing them in the trees, or so many different ways, choking. That, but as soon as he left Vrindavan, then the chakra, everything else comes out. And Lord Ram, he's famous for having his bows and arrows. By the way, he had that bow of Lord Shiva that had been coming down in the line and was kept on an altar, gold altar, jeweled and it was so intense it would sometimes smoke this bow, and it was being protected by Janaka. And we know the story that Lord Ram comes, no one could string it, he strings it. In fact, he snaps it, everyone passes out except for Lakshman, Ramchandra, and his spiritual master. Who is his spiritual master? Vishwamrita? Yeah, Vishwamrita. So, however, here's an interesting sidebar found in the Ramayana, that an equal partner, Sita Ram, so Sita Devi, it was sitting, this beautiful golden bow of Lord Shiva was sitting on this altar. So she was stringing a garland to make for her deity, Radha Krishna deities. She was getting ready. And there was a nice jasmine vine with beautiful flowers, but it was too high for anyone to reach. So she just went over, picked the bow, strung it, took an arrow, zing, pierced, and the vine fell down. She put it back and went on making the garland. So an equal partner of Lord Ramchandra, of equal stature. Yeah, that's Ramayana. So Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he also has weapons as described in the Chaitanya Charitamrita. But he doesn't come with his... In fact, when there's... What is it? It's Jagai and Madai. Jagai and Madai, whether it was Jagai or Madai, who hit Chaitanya... Who hit Lord Nityananda with a pot? So Madai hit Lord Chaitanya with a pot. His blood was actually spilling. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu immediately called for his chakra, was about to kill him. And what did Lord Nityananda interveningly say? Janardanji, what did he say? What did Lord Nityananda say to stop Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's rage? That's the point. Lord Nityananda said that they're all fallen, they're all sinful. If you kill these two, you got to kill them all. So so Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has a different set of weapons. Although he's Krishna, he has his chakra, his club, Prabhupada said one time that Krishna has Lord Vishnu has 4 hands. Anyone know what's in the 4 hands of Lord Vishnu other than Dravida Prabhu? Any of the Vaishnavis know? What are in the 4 hands of Lord Vishnu? Yes, and I saw Prabhupada saying it. Prabhupada said, for the devotees, nice things, conch and lotus. And he said, for the asuras, clubbing and chopping. So, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna. He also has his weapons. One of those weapons is his beautiful form, Gaur Sundar. So you can just imagine, and he was very strongly built and tall and just perfect. Can you imagine? In fact, our deities, the Panchatattva deities in Mayapur, big Panchatattva. I had the good fortune of being assisting in their bathing when they were installed. And they are beautifully, the Brahman thread is there, the beautiful, because he's Ashtatat, he's made from Ashta, he's 8 different metals to create that beauty. And Lord Nityananda is a little more copper, so he's a little more reddish color, So But all the marks are there, beautiful necklaces, detailed carvings, absolutely gorgeous. When the deities were installed and the bathing was there and so many, it's just, if you can see it probably online, it's a wonderful thing. Then the curtains are closed, they dress the deities. So picture we're on the altar. There's thousands of devotees out here waiting to see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu for his first arti, fully dressed. And I had the good fortune to be standing next to Radhanath Maharaj. And it's a fact. When the curtains opened, there was a sound vibration, a transcendental roar. Now, I've heard roars. I've been to football games with 60,000 people. The Arkansas Razorbacks, their logo being, or their mascot being a hog, and the Mississippi Bulldogs, their mascot being a dog. I have been on Sankirtan distributing books. I've been inside a stadium with 70,000 people. Half of them, their call was "Sui, sui," squealing like pigs. And the other 35,000 were "Arf, arf, bark, 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 arf." So I've heard, and we've all heard those events of, roaring sports events. But this was not that sound vibration. This was a completely sweet, profound, and it would just roar. It was spontaneous, and it just rolled out. And I looked at Radhanath Maharaj, and Radhanath Maharaj said to me, "It is an explosion of transcendental love." And that's what it was, seeing the beautiful golden form of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So this is one of the weapons. And what is that weapon doing? I've heard it said, although I'm not sure of the source, that in previous ages, the demons were on different planets, then they were in different countries, then they were at least they were individuals. But in this age, actually, we're a mix. It's okay? Confirmed by Dravida Prabhu, that the demon is actually in our heart. All the asuras and anarchas are right there. Like it said, the Lord of the heart, like the shining sun. This Krishna Nam rises like the sun in the sky in the heart and dispels the darkness. So the beautiful form, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes with his associates, what are his other weapons? His beautiful form, his associates, the holy name, of course. I've sometimes heard prasadam mentioned, but I'm not. It's not there in Chaitanya Charitamrita, but the associates and the beautiful form and the names. So when he comes with his weapons, what does he do? He's killing demon, asura, but where? Not other than Dravida, who knows? Where is this? In the heart. He's killing the anarthas in the heart. So we can meditate on just to imagine the beautiful effulgent feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. To give an example, Krishna what's the time factor? Yikes. Krishna as the, what was I going to say? Krishna is known as Bhagavan. Other than Dravida, who knows what Bhagavan means? Who knows what Bhaga means? Bhaga means opulence. Now add to that Van. What does Van mean? One who possesses. So Bhagavan means the one who possesses all opulences. For extra points, one at a time, name one. Can anyone name one of the 6 opulences? That's okay, but beauty. We can say beauty. That's good. That's one. What's another opulence? All-knowing. Somebody else said something over there? Strength. We're going to get to renunciation last. Wealth. Fame. Everyone knows God. Everyone prays to God. What to speak of? I heard Prabhupada say one time that because Bhagavad Gita by Krishna is famous and respected, these scholars always try to put their words in Krishna's mouth. But what my favorite is, surrender to Hari. Hari is one, the one who takes away, this is that Swami, so-called Swami Chinmayananda, who's now dead and gone, thank heaven. But Swami Chinmayananda used to say, Hari means one who takes away. Well, who takes away? Thieves. When are thieves active? Thieves are active at night. At night, you can't see anything. When you can't see anything, everything is unknown. So when Krishna says, Sarva Dharma Parityaja, Manmana Bhava Madbhakto, it doesn't mean to Krishna the person. It means to the unknown. You say, just imagine. And I don't want to offend anybody, but given my nature, Gandhi said, no, there's no. Kurukshetra means the body. The Pandavas are the five senses. Arjuna is our lower self. Krishna is our higher self. It's all allegorical. Prabhupada said, I can take you by the nose and drag you to Kurukshetra, Dharmikshetra, Kurukshetra. You can take the train. I think it was an hour and a half ride from Delhi, something like that, a few hours. So no. So now where were we going? So famous, everyone. So Prabhupada said, so everyone wants to put their words in Krishna's mouth. Prabhupada said, no, write your own book. Don't try to stand on Krishna's book and twist the meaning. Write your own book. And then Prabhupada, with a perfect theatrical pause, waits, write your own book. And then Prabhupada says, and see who is reading it in 5,000 years. Their book, if they have to self-publish it, or after a few months, it's sitting in the what do they call that, discount, the remainder bin, or they've chopped it up for pulp. But 5,000 years later, people are still reading Krishna's book, more than ever. So Krishna's all famous, all knowing. Okay, renunciation. Now we have examples of Krishna's renunciation. He got out of he renounced the gopis, he renounced so many different. But what is a profound example mentioned in Chaitanya Charitamrita? Now that's a big hint of Lord Krishna's renunciation. Krishna's known as Keshava. What does Keshava mean? Damodar. Anyone know what Keshava means? Janardhanji. Keshava. Come on, Keshava. Okay, can also mean that, but it also means beautiful hair. Before Krishna went out every morning after he was bathed, one of Krishna's cowherd boys, friends, directed by Mother Yasoda, they would burn a guru wood, which is we have a guru incense, a very wonderful smell. And that was put in a bellows and blown through Krishna's hair. So everything about Krishna is completely sublime and wonderful. So he's beautiful Keshava with his scented, beautiful hair. I think in Krishna book it describes, how does it, like a crow, it's a beautiful blackish color, it's under, all a little bit ruffled and decorated with dust from the cows.
Before they got the haircut, it was like crow's feathers.
There it is, that's what I wanted. That's the word I was looking for. So, okay, famous for his beautiful hair. Even in the Bible, in Psalms by David, he's talking about the beautiful blackish hair of God. It's right there in hair means you got to have a head, means you got to have a form. It's right there in the Old Testament, if you have the eyes to see. So my question is, now this is such an easy hint, but let's see who gets it other than Dravida. A manifestation of Krishna's renunciation is what? What form? Oh, come on. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And what did his wife was the goddess of fortune. Gave up his beautiful wife, took sannyasa, and what did he do as Dravida Prabhu, as Balaram Prabhu was saying? Shaved his head. So just try to understand how merciful Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is, how merciful Krishna is. He comes in Kali Yuga. We are so bewildered. We are so foolish. So completely backwards. I remember one time I was in Mexico. We were getting in fact, it was the marble for these tables. We were getting the marble for these prasadam tables. Chokis, what are they called? Chokidar is a guard, but Brahman. But anyway, these tables for taking. And I was trying to find this marble place to pick out the marble and have them cut it. And there were 3 guys on a corner. I was getting close. And I asked them, donde está este, whatever it is. One guy pointed this way. One guy pointed that way. And the other guy pointed this way. The 3 of them each pointed in a different direction. They were a little humble. They started to laugh. They said, actually, we don't know, but we didn't want to say we don't know, So, completely bewildered. Which direction to go? What to do? What is the purpose of life? What's valuable? So, we are so fallen. And Chaitanya, Krishna comes in the most attractive, merciful form. He's so... Prabhupada says where Bhagavad Gita ends, Chaitanya Charitamrita picks up. What is the conclusion of Bhagavad Gita? After all, this is such a big hint, other than Dravida. All the different dharmas. Because Arjuna starts off, what is dharma, and we're killing them, and there'll be varna sanskar, and he lays on so many different layers of dharma. And what does Krishna say at the end of Bhagavad Gita? Sarva dharma, but just give it up. Become my devotee. So, so surrender to Krishna. But how? What? What does that mean? How do I surrender to Krishna? I find my home in Om? What does it mean? I go off to the Himalayan caves and meditate on my navel and find Krishna? So how do I surrender to Krishna? What happens? Where Bhagavad Gita, where Krishna leaves off, surrender unto me, what picks up the thread? Who picks up the thread? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Prabhupada said that Krishna comes in the form of the best of devotees. And in the teachings of Lord Chaitanya, Prabhupada says, just like sometimes the teacher will take the student's hand and say, try to get the kid to learn his ABCs and the kid can't do it. The teacher will say, like this, A, B. So the teacher is writing. Is the teacher learning how to do ABCs? Why is the teacher writing, Brahm? Why is the teacher writing with the boy's hand ABC? Is she learning? To teach the boy. She's setting the example to teach the boy. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, how to surrender to Krishna? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes and he gives up his gopis, he gives up his goddess of fortune, he gives up his Vaikuntha, he shaves his head, he comes as a renounced sannyasi, he's not chopping and killing. Krishna says, surrender, then I reveal myself. Yeyatam mam prapajante. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu doesn't give that precondition. You don't even have to surrender. We'll end in a few minutes. We're not going to go into these feet. We'll have to go into these feet some other time. But when you meet a new devotee, ask them how they first met devotees. You'll always get a fantastic story. How did you come to Krishna consciousness? How did you meet the devotees? And they'll say, I saw in 1974. You say, slow down. Give me the details. Where were you? How old were you? What were you doing? I guarantee you'll get a fantastic story. Every time. Deep changes within the heart. And many, many, many times, they'll say, I didn't know, I was just stumbling down the street on the way to McDonald's, and I saw the Harinam party. I heard the holy name. And it stunned me, or I was curious, or are those people crazy? What are they doing? But they look so happy. What's going on here? There was a devotee here, and I've forgotten his name, but Dharmasethu will remember. And his sister worked downtown. Now, in Dharmasethu, when he was our bhakta leader, he would take the bhaktas every day downtown. They would do kirtan at Horton Plaza. And this is when Horton Plaza was I mean, not wet stool, dry stool. What's really the difference? But it used to just be tortilla. It used to be tattoo shops and brothels, and it was Navy, seedy stuff. But it was the busiest place. Anyway, the devotees would go down there and chant. And the sister told her brother was a devotee, I can always tell when you guys have been chanting downtown. He said, why? He said, people come back in the office and they're whistling Hare Krishna. There's, they don't even, or they're tapping their toes. She says, I watch them. That they've, imperceptibly, imperceivably, subliminally, the holy name has entered their ear. I was here one time. We were parking in this parking lot before the fence and everything was there. And it was winter time, so, whatever. It was dark when the feast was over. I was getting in, there was 2 young college kids. One had been here before, and I was serving out the feast. The other guy had brought his friend. And I asked him, do you want second? We're not too far. We'll get back in just a minute. So I was serving halava, and I came around second time. And the guy who had come for the first time, I said, would you like a little more of the dessert here? It's called halava. He said, yeah, why not? You only go around once in life. Like, don't miss out, There used to be a beer ad. You only go around once in life, so get all the gusto you can. And his friend said, no, hey, didn't you hear the lecture? In other words, you don't only go around once in life, you go around again and again and again. So later on, they were getting into their car. I was getting into my car. They didn't see me. And the first timer, excuse my language, the first timer said, damn, I cannot get that song out of my head. And I felt like saying, and it's not going away. It's just going to get louder, until ultimately it eclipses everything. It takes some time, but it eclipses everything. So we should meditate on Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Krishna come again, in the most merciful, compassionate, kind way, just to pick us up. And all we have to do is join the Hare Krishna movement. And we'll end here, I promise. Prabhupada was asked by a newspaper reporter, well, what do you do for recreation? You don't see the devotees out there bowling or I don't know what, playing soccer, whatever, volleyball or golf, which Prabhupada said golf was invented as a way for old men to waste time. He told Karunda that when they went by a golf course. So, but do we have any recreation?
Yes.
What is our recreation? Yes. Prabhupada said, yes. Prabhupada said our life is, the lady said, what do you do for recreation? Prabhupada said, our whole life is recreation. And Prabhupada told the lady, newspaper reporter, that it's cyclical. It runs in a circle. So what do? We hear about Krishna's glories. We become enlivened. As a result of becoming enlivened, what do? We begin to dance. And if one dances for some period of time, naturally he becomes hungry. So we take a little prasadam. And as we're taking prasadam, we hear Krishna's glories. And after hearing Krishna's glories and being refreshed, we again want to dance. So Prabhupada said our whole life is recreation. It is simply chanting, dancing, feasting, chanting, dancing, feasting. So this is a little meditation on the most merciful Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And next Sunday we'll dive into the feet. So we can end there. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.